Well, howdy, nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this, another brand new day. It is, as I open up the notification area on my Windows 10 computer here, 6:55 a.m. It is Saturday, the 30th of September, as I mispronounce all of my words. My sincere apologies for the lack of a bunch of videos yesterday. Yesterday was not a good day. I started off feeling, really good mentally, not really good physically. I woke up, my tummy was upset, I kind of had a headache, but not a lot of a headache, just enough to know that, hey, I could be really feeling icky up here, but I don't really yet. And so it was like, not really good. Thought maybe I had a bug, maybe I didn't have a bug. But after the videos, I made my vlog, and then I did a reaction, and my stomach just was feeling worse and worse and worse. But then after I finished editing and was starting to render my reaction, I suddenly had a massive restless leg syndrome attack. Now, if you've never had restless leg, or you've never even heard of restless leg before, I'm going to tell you about this. I've mentioned it before, but there's always new people and people forget, and life is life. Hey. So restless leg is a terrible thing that can happen to people where it's either you're born with it, and that really sucks, or you can get it from nerve damage to your back. I've had a lot of nerve damage to my back. I've damaged my spine a lot working as a nurse's aide. I have a lot of damage way up high in my neck as well, because I have numb spots right here on your shoulders. And when it's this high, that's real high on your spine. So I've got a lot of nerve damage throughout my entire body. That can cause restless leg syndrome. Now, restless leg just sounds benign, but like, oh, my legs wanted to move, and it's no. Restless leg is kind of impossible to really explain, because restless leg syndrome feels like you're being punched in the nose, and it feels like there's insects crawling underneath your skin, and it feels like you're getting an electrical shock, but it's all in your calves. Sometimes your upper thighs as well, but it's just that feeling of an electrical shock, being punched in the nose, taking a hard shot right to the face, but you don't feel it here. No, you're feeling it all in your calves. And the only way to make that feeling stop is to move. Now, a lot of people get that when they're lying down and trying to go to bed and trying to fall asleep. When that feeling happens, if you think that sounds intolerable, an electrical shock, punch in the nose, ants crawling in your skin, yeah, that's intolerable. You can't lie down when that feeling is happening. You have to move. It is a terrible sensation. Some people have it so bad that you get restless leg syndrome sensations when you're sitting in a chair. I get that too periodically. So yesterday, sitting in a chair here trying to get my editing done, and restless leg was hitting me. Now, I also have it really bad, and then when it's really horrible, it even happens when I'm walking. So there's nothing I can do that makes that feeling go away. Nothing. And you'd want to talk about an intolerable feeling. I mean, you're ready to accept even death just to get out of it, just to make that stop. So that happened. That feeling, that sensation. My problem with that, because of my nerve damage and all that, is the feeling extends in such a way that when my restless leg starts kicking in, I start having massive anxiety that goes with it. So it's not just restless leg, it's restless leg plus growing anxiety. And so yesterday I was trying to get my editing done, and bam, I could not sit down here. I had to get up and start walking, but my stomach was so bad. At that point, I was starting to wonder if I was going to puke. So I'm out walking through town going, gosh, I need to burp, but I hope it's just burping. If I burp, am I going to puke? And then trying to burp to see if I'm going to burp, and going, oh, and it was all the way on my about an hour's walk. I was wondering if I was going to be suddenly doubling over into the bushes by the road as I'm walking and puking. That was a wonderful sensation. So I finally get back home. My stomach is really bad, and it just kept getting worse. I was positive I was going to be puking. I got a plastic bucket that I put next to me here. Oh, my stomach. And then I ended up falling asleep afterward. When I woke up around, well, it wasn't even really asleep. It was that half awake, half asleep daze that I fall into. Normally when I vlog and do things, I don't fall into that daze. I felt bad enough yesterday that even after walking for over an hour, and probably a good 2 or 3 miles, I still was falling into that daze. When I came out of it, I was going to say woke up, but I never was really asleep. I didn't get anything done for hours. I was just sitting here. So I might as well have been asleep even if I was awake. But it was about 7, 8 before I started feeling good. So my sincere apologies. There was just no way that I could get a video done. I wanted to. I wanted to make an explanation video, but I wasn't awake enough and I couldn't sit still long enough to do so. So my sincere apologies for yesterday. I feel horrible about having felt horrible. It was just a really, really bad day yesterday. I mean, I feel great today. I don't have a headache. My stomach feels fine. You know, so if this was a bug, it was just a 24-hour bug. My body's fought it off. I'm okay now, which is good. Thank goodness. I hate that feeling of about to puke. And then hopefully I'm not going to have any of my restless leg happening. I have contacted my doctor. I've got to find out what's going to happen with this. I have mentioned that, you know, I need to get off opiates because they're tapering me off. And if not at the end of this month, they're going to consider me off opiates if I'm not done already. And they've sent me the last of my opiates. And that's fine. I need to get off of methadone. I've been on methadone for probably 14 years. I don't know how much cardiac damage I've done. We only just were finding out within the past couple years that, yeah, it does cardiac damage. The longer you take it, the older you get, the more damage you do. Thumbs up. I'm turning 55 next month, October 26th. So, boy, that sensation of my atria misfiring gets a lot worse these days now. Is that because I've done extra cardiac damage from the opiates? I don't want to die anytime soon. On the other hand, I can't just stop taking methadone either because the only thing that stops my restless leg is opiates and a medication called ropinirole, which is an anti-restless leg medication. It's actually, oddly, an Parkinson's medication, but they've discovered that while it helps people who have Parkinson's, it's also good for knocking out restless leg syndrome. But for my case, it only works in the dosages I have anyway. I take 1 milligram of it. I don't know how much you can take. I don't know if I can take more. But at 1 milligram, I need to combine that with about 5 milligrams of opiates. That kills my restless leg. One of the things that finally knocked it out while I was walking is I took 5 milligrams of methadone and a ropinirole and then went on that walk. That didn't help my tummy either because I couldn't eat because I was afraid I was going to puke, but I had to take meds, and taking any sort of medications on an empty stomach is really hard on your stomach. You can feel like puking even, you know, not having eaten anything or being sick just by taking medications. So I had an icky stomach already feeling like I was going to puke and then putting medications on top of it. So did that make it worse? It might have. That might have been the reason that I thought I was going to be puking while I was out walking. But it knocked out my restless leg, so thumbs up. So thumbs up. Indeed. Man. Yeah, so it's been just that kind of day. I ended up not... I watched a lot of videos yesterday, but I also just was... So I didn't really get a ton done, and I'm very sorry. I didn't even get a lot of gaming done myself. One thing we did watch, though, I think it was yesterday, or was it the day before? On Xbox One, we've gotten Oh my gosh, what was this one game? It came in... My housemate was playing this game on the Xbox, and it was an Xbox 360 game, but I can't remember if it was one that was downloaded or if, you know, free off of the Xbox Live Gold or what. I can't even remember what the game was. I wanted to talk about the game because I thought it was pretty cool and it looked interesting, and we were watching him play for a while, but I can't even remember what the bloody game was. Fibromyalgia for the win. I have been suffering from fibro. My wife figured that I had been suffering from fibromyalgia since the mid-90s because I'd been having... It was the mid-90s when my back was really starting to cause me issues, when all sorts of other pain issues were happening. By the time I met her in 2000, I was really creaking and slowing down and not working well because of pain. So it was probably the early 90s when I started to have fibromyalgia symptoms, and I didn't know what it was back then. In fact, it was after the year 2000 that I even heard about it myself, when she said, you know, I think you've got this. And so she diagnosed me as a nurse and saying, you know, you need to go talk to the doctors and then find out. So that's when I ended up going to the VA, talking to the the arthritis clinic, which is the people I talked to for my fibro, and then getting the diagnoses, it was a him or a her, I can't remember the doctor, but, you know, poking and prodding, finding all the various, there's fibro hot spots that you have. There's spots all over your chest that I shouldn't whack on because they just hurt. There's just pain spots that are here. You get them on your various other parts of your body. They're fun. But yeah, they went through all that and said, guess what? You have fibromyalgia. So yay, fibro for the win. And it's painful, but life is life. I just need a certain type of pain medication that really, really helps me quite well. In fact, without cannabis, I would be bedridden with chronic pain. I was damn near bedridden with chronic pain before I started taking cannabis. I was on 28 different prescription medications, and I could not move my hands well enough to even write. I was shuffling with a walker because I was moving so slow and so shakily. I was falling all the time. It was bad. But I cut out all but like 2 or 3 of those medications, replaced them with cannabis, and been great. So now that I've demonetized the video for being controversial, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Every single one of my videos gets demonetized. The last 5 of the last 6 videos I just did have all been demonetized again. Every single one of them gets demonetized, and then after a couple days, they're usually remonetized, but that's after a couple days. No one's watching anymore on those ones. So thanks, YouTube. Yay. I am really and honestly, and I mean, that Crowded House cover with Petal's Pity Party, that was called controversial and demonetized. My saying he was a wonderful and talented singer, and I wish I could play guitar too, was advertiser unfriendly. I don't understand what's going on with the algorithm, and then, you know, two or 3 days will pass by and everything is fine and you think it's over, and then boom, the next day it retroactively goes back and demonetizes everything for the past 3 or 4 days, and then maybe remonetizes. I just don't know what the heck is going on, but yeah, they're really driving. It's a war against their own creators, and it's not getting better now that they've made it so that new people, not only do you need to get over 10,000 views before they'll consider you to become a partner, now you can't link from end cards off to places like patreon.com unless you're a YouTube partner. They are just going out of their way trying to find ways to crush and hurt the people that are making their platform. But at 14 minutes and 38 seconds, I am opening up, because I forgot to do it, 24 hours worth of comments on my community tab on my Creator Studio page, which is everybody who has a YouTube account has Creator Studio. Inside of that, you have a community tab where you can see every single comment that's been left for you. in chronological order. Thumbs up. So I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people. Thank you very much for having left me comments. Whether it's a good comment, a bad comment, or an indifferent comment, I'm thanking you for having left a comment because I get out of my head into the real world dealing with actual people. So thank you very much. I'm just moving my little device there so I can actually see. If you'd like a shout out, just ask for it and I'll do my best to get to it. And if you know, if I mispronounce your name, no disrespect is intended. So, Cool Chick, thank you very, very much. And Eddie Halderman, thank you, greatly appreciated. Denise Boyd, thank you. Heath McCullough, I hope I'm close, thank you very, very much. And Nefatcher, I hope we're close, thank you very much. And Dylan Cush, thank you very much, greatly appreciated. Anthony Youngs, thank you. And then there's Matty Groan, I hope I'm close, you have umlauts in your name. Thank you very, very much. And then there is Salia Berta, I think, but thank you very much. And then there is K Alcoholism Riz. I hope I'm close. Thank you very, very much. Justina Aquavita Metz, thank you very much. Always good to see you in the comments section. Straxayon, thank you very, very much. Always good to see you. Mika Mach 5, son of a gun, thank you very, very much. Good to see you in the comments as well. Naveen Kumar, thank you very much for the comment. And Grim Rapings, that's a heck of a name. Son of a gun, thank you very, very much. And then there is David Henster, thank you. Vamp Jack, son of a gun, thank you very, very much. Gurren Logan, thank you. I always like to see your name in there. It's a good thing. Bear Productions, thank you very, very much. Tracy McGill, thank you, greatly appreciated. Stephen Stewart, you are greatly appreciated. Jamie's Division, thank you very, very much. Mark Shadbolt, I think I'm this one, I hope. And then there is Senior Craw, thank you very, very much. And then there is, last but not least, Pyroon GT. Thank you very, very much, every single one of you. As stated, to get me out of my head, into the real world, dealing with actual people. Thank you very, very much. Definitely a thumbs up. If you can check out my links down below, that would be a very good thing. I've got like Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com, Google+, and my blog, which I still haven't written a new posting on yet, so it still ended with rather pretentious fiction. My apologies. I'm going to get back to it if you want to check that out. It's got some good stuff on it. And a lot of not good. If you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign, that would be very good. I'm minus 400 in my checking account right now, and I need all the help I can get. I gotta pay rent, and I don't have that much money left. And if you could become a Patreon.com patron, like many of my Patreon.com patrons, it would be greatly appreciated. Thank you so very, very much for being the people that you are. You are beautiful and wonderful. Now, if you cannot donate, or you simply do not donate, I take all good wishes. I deposit them in the bank of my heart, where I draw interest, so thank you very much. I appreciate it. I appreciate it if you could toss me a like. I can't even say that properly. I'll try that again. If you could toss me a like, that would be very cool. I would greatly appreciate it. I do appreciate, gosh darn it, I gotta get a different word. All the positive validation for my existence that I can get. And if you could subscribe to the channel, that would be very cool, but I would understand if you don't want to. My personality has rubbed people wrong my entire life. So if you do not like my videos, I understand. If you do not want to subscribe to the channel, I understand. But if you're down with it, I'll do my best to keep you entertained for, well, a very, very long time. After all, slap a few coats of sealant on you, stack you like cordwood down in the basement, you'll last for decades before you go sour. And hey, no matter the economic times, a guy has to eat. Cannibalism for the win. I have never eaten a full human being. Yet. Let's see, that's about it, isn't it? Yeah, we're at 19 minutes and change. There is one thing I keep wanting to say and I keep forgetting. Right now, I've forgotten again what it was. I thought about it while I was doing my the thankings. And then now that I can say something about it, I've forgotten what it was, but I know that it's there and I'm going to remember as soon as I'm done recording. Well, hey, gotta love that. I got a reaction video coming up. I got a game video coming up. I sincerely hope. I feel pretty good physically today, so a definite thumbs up if you could check those out. Hopefully I'm going to have a video on my game channel, link down below. That would be awesome as well if you could check that out. Past that, it's just going to be a day. It's way too warm outside. It was like close to 80 yesterday. And tomorrow's October 1st. Even 5 years ago, September 1st, it got cold. You take care. Have a great day. I will see you on the flip side, and that, my friend, is a very good thing.